So I'm just doing a bit of drainage today. A little bit of time I can sneak in before it gets too much water here. I should have done it a bit sooner, but the amount of rain that we had took me a bit by surprise. We had 55 mil on the Sunday. This was last week. And then we had some more fair old dollops in the week. I had probably close to 100 mil in a week. So already some started to start to lie. And this area here, so you can see just that tree where I dug some soil over there, all the way here. So probably 100 meters, and maybe about 25 meters wide in places. It all floods in the winter, and it didn't used to, and I wasn't really sure whether it was just down to the amount of rain that we've had the last couple of winters, or there's something going on here. It is a natural dip, but I would have thought there was some sort of drain if it didn't used to flood in the past. So had a bit of a look. So we've got some water line here already, so it already makes it a bit difficult to find drains when you're already underwater, but did have a look in here, and I did find a drain down there where those rods are. It's a 3-inch clay drain. I have bust through it, unfortunately, finding it. Managed to get some rods in it going that way, so I thought, right, I'll have another dig just on the far edge of this wet patch. So my plan is, okay, yeah, we might get water here, we might get water lying, but if I can get some sort of drain working, then the area will dry up quicker. So what I want to do is obviously repair the drains in that hole, and then fill them up with stone. Then I'm going to fill them right up to the top, and hopefully that'll act as some sort of area which the water can soak into. I would have liked to have dug in the lowest place, but I've got the water there now, so unless I get rid of the water it makes a bit of a pain. So I found the drain again in here without breaking it, so I'm going to walk back to the farm and bring a bucket load of stone and fill this one up now. And then there is another, so it naturally rises the ground here, and then there's another bit of a dip there where we've got the water line, so I might have another dig to see if I can find it there. But if I've got 2 or 3 places where it's full to the top with stone, and hopefully it'll never get as bad as it did. At one point there was so much water in it that it was running over the top of the field, so in places it was probably 4 feet deep. You could have had a swim in it. That's how bad it was. So yeah, so this is filled with stone now. I've just dug some of this soil away, which just piled to keep the water back, and now the water's running into the stone. Obviously it's not going to drain away instantly, it's just going to fill up the hole with the stone in it to start with, but maybe tomorrow or overnight the rest of this water will have gone, and then what I can do then is just spread the rest of this soil across there towards the wettest place, the lowest place rather, and then the water will keep draining away. So yeah, so it's obviously filled up the stone now. The test will be whether it soaks through this overnight. That's going to be to see if it's any good. I know I'm not doing this properly. What I should be doing is finding the drain, rodding as far as they'll go, and then finding the drain again and finding it all the way right across the field, you know. But unfortunately I just haven't got the time to do that this year. I've took pictures though, so that in the future I might be able to come back when I've got more time and I might be able to do a better job if it needs it. Hopefully, although I'm standing here in a pool of water at the moment, hopefully it won't. Hopefully this water will go, and it might not get as bad again. I'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to have another dig over here. I've just lined it up where that spade is, and I got about 18 draining rods this way, so it should take me to somewhere about here. So if I can find it here, hopefully I'll come a little bit more this way. I think this area here might drain as well. Might be able to keep the water level down anyway. I'm not having much luck finding it here. My straight line was somewhere where that spade was, and I've gone about 6 feet further this way and there's no sign of it, and I think I'm at least a good depth of it. I've been in with the prodder, but there's such a lot of these big stones, pebbles, it tends to be boulder clay, that you keep hitting them and you think, oh yeah, there's something under there, and then it's just one of them. So I'm going to have a bit of a dig, turn the dig around, dig a bit more back that way. Well, this end of the trench I'm finding some rubbish. First of all, I found this almighty piece of stone. Is it stone or is it concrete? I think it's stone. Then there was turning up some what looks like yogurt pots and bits of metal. There was a gate hinge, and I've just found this, which I assume is, I've never heard of that brand. This is going to test you. Looks liquid, and it was only, oh no, I say 4p off. There you go. I'll clean it with one hand. Can I do it? Rub on the back of the overalls. 4p off. Looks liquid. Yeah. Washing up liquid. Never heard of Lux. It's not actually a very big bottle. Oh, hang on. It says on the other side. Is that new? Could be new. New Lux liquid. Wow. Well, you know, I'm getting on a little bit. I'm not ancient, but I've never heard of Lux liquid. When this came out it was new, so I don't know. That looks like a bit of tile. Oh, more washing up liquid. Wow. Oh well, this one we do recognise. Very liquid. This would be in a museum, shouldn't it? That just goes to show, doesn't it? Plastic does not decay very fast. And it's buried in the ground. It's not in it. Very mild liquid. So this person was getting through some washing up liquid. And got a glass bottle. Looks to me like Ribena, but there's no label on that. Bit of electric cable, brick ends, everything but a sign of a drain. And a drain, it looks like a plastic one. It's only a small one. In fact, I saw a little piece of plastic pipe come out with the digger, and I just missed it as being a bit of rubbish. But I've just got in the hole and then cleared the sides. You can see there is a drain running through it. It's not very deep, but I have put the rods down it. I can't get them very far that way, but this way I got them all in. So and the ground's very dry here. There's no reason why it should be wet. So I'm going to repair that one, find something I can put over the top of it, and then I shall put some stone in here, some proper stone, not these big gobbles things. So I've finished what draining I'm going to do today. Couldn't find it anywhere, couldn't find the drain in this trench I dug here. And this is the trouble when you're on your own, really. I remember when me and Dad used to dig out drains, you know, one of us would be pushing the draining rods back and the other one would be in the trench listening for it. But anyway, couldn't find it there. As I said, there was a lot of rubbish in that trench, so I've just filled it all back in. I have though found 3 places further along here, so just here and then 2 more places up where I have found the drain, and I've filled those with stone. So I've got a place here where I've filled up to the top with stone, and there's another one just over here, and then the soil that I dug out, I've just kind of leveled it over, but it's just a muddy lot, and I'm hoping by the spring that maybe I can work this area down and maybe put some grass seeds on it and make it a bit more productive. Hopefully the volume of water that we normally get lying here won't continue. And there's one more place, it's just over here, where sort of the ground sort of rises up a bit and then it dips off again. I did have a dig here which was lined up with the other ones, but I couldn't find it. So and this is the trouble when you're doing it on your own. And when me and Dad used to do draining, one of us would be on the draining rods and the other one would be head in the trench listening for where the draining rods were, so you'd know whether I to dig deeper or to either side. But anyway, not to worry. It did go through a sort of layer of clay and then it got softer underneath, so I filled the hole up with stone, and I'm hoping that'll act to some sort of soakaway. So there we go. That's my draining finished. It was a quick job. Would have been better if I could have managed to got it done before the ground came wet, but I didn't. It's whether to see whether it does any good this winter. So I'm just recording over the top of this because there was a lot of wind noise on the video. This is about 10 days later. 2 Sundays had horrendous amount of rainfall, and the area where I dug down and found the drains and filled with stone is all completely submerged with water. So on the face of it, it doesn't look like I've done any good. And it looks like I've done some good, because all the water's here in this middle part has all gone. There's a bit lying at that end because it's a bit lower than where I found the drain, but here I can still see the stone. Here it's all gone down to the stone level. Yes, there's a bit of line. The only place where we've got some water line is at the far end That's where I didn't find the drain. So I know what I need to do in the future. I need to find that drain. But otherwise, it's good news. It looks like my time hasn't been wasted, which is always a bonus. Cheers, thanks for watching.